right now, Ryan, let's stick with the NBA and Kevin Durant. And you know KD, man, is always on social media, going at it with folks. And today was no different. And so there were some people tweeting. One dude, Cuffs the Legend, who's fairly well known in the basketball world. He tweeted that this series between the Phoenix Suns and Milwaukee Bucks is the best. Hold on, I lost it. He said it is the best NBA Finals that we've seen since 2016. Of course, that's when LeBron and the Cavs came back from the 3-1 deficit and beat Golden State before KD got there. I just hope we get a Game 7, Cuff says. Easy Money Sniper, also known as Kevin Durant, responds, Warriors Cavs 2017. You know, like, did you forget about how great that finals was? And Cuffs the Legend responds to KD, unbalanced, stacked decks are automatically disqualified. KD shoots back. Perfectly even matchup, fam, top to bottom. Here's what I want to ask you. I mean, unless you go, I don't even need to discuss whether or not this is the best final since 2016, because to me, that's evident. 2017 was a mismatch. Golden State wins 4-1 because Kevin Durant's there. Or was it 4-0? What was it, Rob?
4-1.
4-1?
Yeah,
then the next year, was it the next year, 2018, when they swept them? 2018?
2017.
Yeah, they swept them in 2018. 2019, of course, Kawhi wins for Toronto, but, you know, it's injury-laden. KD's out. Klay Thompson ends up getting hurt. And then last year, of course, a mismatch with Miami making it through the pixie dust in the bubble, somehow getting to the finals, and the Lakers ran over them. So this is definitely the best finals. It's a fantastic finals, and it's the best we've seen since 2016. Cuffs the Legend is absolutely right. But what I want to say, Ryan, is what do you make of KD? I mean, KD is a smart basketball. We know he's a smart player, but he also is a student of the game. KD, you know, knows history of game and studies the players and of yesteryear and today. And, you know, he does his little rankings and all that stuff. So is he knows 2017 was a freaking mismatch? So is this him trying to justify his championships in Golden State once more? What is this?
This is Kevin Durant not having any respect for Giannis, flat out. This is him looking at the Bucks versus the Suns and going, dog, this was going to be my easiest. I can't say the easiest, but
yeah,
this was going to be a breeze.
Another easy one.
This is going to be a breeze. The Suns? Who's going to guard me? Mikal Bridges? Kevin Durant was he's so mad. Why? Because here's the thing. It would have been the monkey off his back. It would have said, hey, Kevin,
yeah,
this
you mean
is
if they remained injured?
Well, no, it would have been, hey.
Because it ain't going to be no monkey off his back with James Harden and Kyrie Irving.
What I'm saying is, if he won it, no, it's different. As stacked as that team was, you still look at it, and I know it's haters out there, my guy Max Kellerman, that would have said, hey, and you look at it and you say, that was Steph's team. You still look, no matter what KD did, you're like, you know what, that was Steph's team.
Agreed.
You look at this with Kyrie and James, even if they were healthy, if it was just one of them, whatever, and you would have said, you know what, this is KD's team. KD knows that I don't know if I can say they dropped. It just wasn't meant to be. But it was the perfect time for him to solidify and put a stamp on his legacy, man, because there's still question marks on saying that KD, that was Steph and Clay's deal and not yours. And he's frustrated watching. That's what I think it's about, Chris. And I think he looks at Giannis and it's like, dog, you ain't better than me. You know you ain't better than me. You just fell into a good situation. And we saw the performance that he had that left it undeniable, Chris. And I hope you don't question. It left it undeniable that he is the best and baddest man on the planet. He picked up where he left off because when he pulled that Achilles that year, he was the best player on the planet. I was covering the series, Chris, for the Clippers, and he was out of control. After he had to let us know, I'm Kevin Durant. I'm still Kevin Durant. That's when he went off. And Chris, I think you answered it already, but me and you both have covered the NBA Finals now, I haven't done it as long as you have, but it was boring, man. These finals were tough. We were trying to create excitement
when
for a
Golden
while.
State was there. Yeah,
yeah.
When KD was in Golden State. No doubt about it. Look, KD, and you know this, Ryan, KD respects skills. Am I right?
Yeah.
Like, that's why he
Yes.
and I think he and Kyrie are similar in that regard.
Very true.
I think they look at each other and like, yo, look at that handle. Kyrie got the handle. Kyrie can pass. Kyrie got the J. There's nothing he can't do. And Kyrie looks at KD, 7-footer, can shoot as well as anybody, can handle, can pass, can drive. Like, that's what they like. They aren't, I don't think, and that's why I do agree with you on KD's feelings on Giannis. I think he respects him at a certain level.
He showed Giannis this year.
But Giannis don't do it with skills, just with mostly skills. Like, Giannis is a freak athlete who has skills, but they're not like elite. You know what I'm saying? Elite skills. A big part of his success is his athleticism and size. It's kind of like the difference between Shaq and Olajuwon. A lot of people, you look at Olajuwon, you just say, man, dude had mad skills, right? And Shaq, yes, he's got skills, but a big part of his success, a huge part, was just his size, strength, and athleticism. And so I think that's how KD looks at, the game. And so, am I right about that?
No, you're right. And I'll tell you why I know Kyrie feels that way, too. I played with Kyrie his first year over in Cleveland, and, one of the summers after that, I was on the Clippers. We played pickup ball, and I remember Kyrie was just scoring step back, pow, pow, pow. He was doing his thing, and we were playing, and he threw me the ball and was like, hey, like, go get busy. And I'm like... normally I got you, but I got to be on, dog. Like, I ain't, like, let's go pick a roll or something. Let's play some elbow game. Like, let's play it. Set me up, Kyrie. But he almost looked at me like, huh? Like, all right, your turn too. Go. Like, dog, I got to be feeling it before I cook like that. Like, I wasn't in my bag yet. Kyrie bag, he's stuck in the bag. So, no, as far as a skill set standpoint, I absolutely agree. And I don't want to fire this up again. But I'm gonna throw it out there. I don't want to dig into it. That's part of it. In terms of Kyrie, that's where Kyrie had his moments with LeBron.
No, I agree. I think, and I've talked about this with Nick Wright on First Things First. I think KD. Remember, didn't KD have a list out a while ago, a few years ago, when LeBron wasn't in his top 5 or something like that?
I can't remember specifically. I
don't want to speak on that factually yet, but I think I remember something like that. Then he kind of corrected it. But I do think, I don't know if this is the fact. I think, yes, they respect LeBron's game and all that. But I think, look, LeBron ain't the shooter that they are. He doesn't have the handle, obviously, of Kyrie. Nobody does. But, I think they look at a lot of LeBron's success for all his court vision, great passing ability, is size and athleticism too.
I'll give you this, Chris. It's no different than with Michael Jordan. I'm not gonna say their names, but I was talking against a guy who played in the finals against them, and just said we had him locked up, and he just happened to hit the shot, and he was small, and we would post him and all this and that, and the respect wasn't there. And we've heard Isaiah Thomas.
The respect for Jordan wasn't there?
The respect for Jordan is not, and still to this day ain't there the same way because. When you play against a guy, you're like, well, you had 30, but I had 20, or I had 32, and they look at Mike like that. And Isaiah Thomas has a leg to stand on because he's like, I dominated you, Mike. You got good when we left. He doesn't have the same respect for Mike.
Now you just getting all beside yourself.
No, I'm saying I'm giving perspective when you played against.
Mike did it with skills. I mean, granted, he had
No. What I'm saying is, when sometimes two great players compete against each other, they don't have that respect that we see from the outside. I'm not saying I agree with the point, Chris. I'm saying it's no different than it took Paul, and I played with Paul, a while to have a different respect for Kobe because Kobe really struggled guarding Paul. Paul is 6'8".
Paul Pierce.
Yeah. So when you compete against a
and
guy.
LeBron. I mean, Paul,
very much
his
so.
relationship with LeBron.
Listen, Paul and KG didn't get, and this is why Paul kind of palled me because Paul was the one who also didn't have LeBron in his deal. And it's like after we lost and we were up 3-2 in those Eastern Conference Finals, KG and Paul both came and was like, he's the king, dog. We got to give him his respect. They both said that in the locker room after that game, and I heard it. We got to give him his respect. Now, where it sparked up from there to where Paul took him out the top 5 and all. But when you play against a guy and you like, well, he may have got his, but he can't guard me on this end, or the ball just bounces a certain way. Those dudes, it's a lack of respect there. And to bring it full circle, that's why KD feels that way about Bron to a deal.
But here, all right, let's really bring this thing full circle to where we started. Here's where I disagree. I do think, look, KD we all know how great KD is, all right? He top 15 player of all time. He's got the championship monkey off his back. Even as people look kind of side-eyed at those championships, they still know how great he is, and he's got the rings, and you can't say nothing about it. But where we differ is if Brooklyn wins next year, let's say they're fully healthy, does that really get them? I mean, come on, man. I can argue that team is more talented than Golden State was.
Yeah, no, absolutely. No. I don't think it's clear-cut. I think Kevin Durant is trying to make the most of what he has, and I think he's also smart enough to realize that if I just go to a team with really good role players, at some point I'm going to lose. It's not going to work out.
I believe this, Ryan. And look, KD is awesome. But KD has yet to prove he can lead a team to a championship.
It's true.
You see, right? See,
he
that's
didn't
what
have
I'm
to be a leader in Golden State, and that's not disrespect. That was just not his role.
Right. He was the best player on the team. We know that. But he didn't, and all that. Oh, he busted the jumper in LeBron's eye. Look, KD played great, but you know this, man. They had Steph, Clay, Draymond on the floor. Cleveland was worried about Steph and Clay.
You couldn't leave.
It's easier to get yours when you got them two dudes on the floor. And so I mean, look, we all thought that's why he went to Brooklyn with Kyrie. If he does that with Kyrie, people going to give him his love. Okay, he led that team. But now, if Harden shrinks, and I'm just going to throw it because we don't have much time to get into this. I want quick answer from you. Game 6, right, against the Bucks.
Yep.
James Harden in the overtime, to me, gave up all his superstar swag and was just like took on the persona of a role player. Just giving it to KD at half court and getting on the side and saying, go do something. Was that more the hamstring, or was that Harden shrinking a little bit in the big moment like we've seen in the past at times?
Nah, it was both because he's skilled enough to play in slow motion. It was both, Chris.
Right.
He was hurt, and because he had a wide open one that he didn't really want.
That's what I'm saying. So we're gonna have to see how this plays out over time. Yeah. No, I love Harden. I think Harden is awesome. I ain't gonna get my rankings right now, but he's the 5th best 2-guard ever in my book. And he can rise higher if he can start winning. But all right, I'm gonna throw this. Yeah,
Chris.
That's right. I said MJ with quickness. MJ, Kobe, Jerry West, D Wade, and James Harden.
Ray Allen,
James Harden.
Ray Allen, Mr. Big Shot.
James Harden.
Ray hit the shot.
He better than James Harden.
He hit the shot. He clutched.
Ray's bad. Ray's up there.
Who would you rather have? You rather had Jesus with the game on the line? You better call on Jesus.
This ain't no movie. Ray was obviously a better shooter, but give me Harden. But anyway,